What up, Pack? Back at it once again, as we do about this time. It is the Alpha Pack Crypto Academy. I am Boss Gang VIP. I am here with my man investing for legacy, my road dog. What's good, man?
It's good, family, Pack family, YouTube family. Appreciate you guys tuning in with us. How you do? Making sure you get up to date with the crypto price action as well as some hot and fire news that we always making sure that everybody's in tune with. Feeling good though, feeling great. Been a little frustrated. Not I wouldn't even say frustrated, but just taking a peep at here and there at Bitcoin's price action, and we dipped back down for under 40,000 this past week, but we're back above it. But this is something. This is again another reason why I'm happy we do this call only weekly. It's plenty of YouTube crypto guys who do this stuff daily, but when we're honest, this type of price action is more proof that crypto is an investment that you need to look for in the long term. It's something that you don't need to look at daily for sure. And you got to be patient. You got to be patient. We've definitely been in a bear market for the last 3 months plus, and just consolidating. So we just doing some straightening done. This type of price action, if you're not a veteran trader, it can frustrate you, scare you out of, some good coins. So again, I'm happy that we do this weekly. This call weekly, because it's something that you really don't need to pay attention to daily when you're honest with yourself, especially when you're in these good solid coins for sure. So how you feeling? How you been thinking? How you been feeling about the market lately yourself, brother?
So yeah, I haven't added in a while. I think I've pretty much got some good prices on stuff. So I think
Mm-hmm.
we are kind of just consolidating a lot. I
Yeah.
think there were some good prices recently, and they haven't really dropped back below those prices. Like Bitcoin is at 40,000, so stuff like that. It hasn't dropped too far, or Ethereum hasn't dropped too far. Ethereum at 1,700 a few months ago, stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Exactly.
I'm getting dividends the whole time, man, with the cause. So
Exactly.
I can't really complain, man. I'm up. My crypto portfolio is just, I mean, it's outrageous at this point compared to we get in. This is just another pullback, but this is normal. Like you say, it's just a
Mm-hmm.
matter of time. It's just a matter of time. You
Cycles.
know what I mean? So
Cycles.
it's real.
Yeah, guys.
So
Do you?
before we get into it, I want to make sure to tell everybody to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get all the latest updates as soon as they are available. And without further ado, we're going to do like we always do, and I'm going to hand it over to my man, Investing for Legacy. He's going to lead the way, as always. So it's on you, Legacy.
Brother. All right, guys. We're gonna kick it off with our favorite site to monitor price action. That's actually I like showing stats. You can it's CoinGecko.com. We are currently, we're back above 2 trillion overall market cap. I'm always preaching, making sure that we are aware of the overall market cap within the crypto market for sure. No big changes in the top 10 at all. Let me make sure before I say that. Well, Polkadot and Avalanche, they've been battling out for that 10 spot. Dogecoin hasn't reached top 10 in a while. Everybody's favorite meme coin. Let's check out the best price action for the last 7 days. ApeCoin. I knew this was going to be up there. We're going to talk a little bit more about the why. But they're, this one, two, three, fourth down on the top out of the top five for the last 7 day price action for sure. Steppins number one, up 51% over the last 7 days. Frac shares 30%. Syntex network token up with 28% over the week. Let's check these last 24 hours price action. ApeCoin, yep, ApeCoin's popping almost $17. Yeah, we eating some good. I know we're in there good. Boss Gang got a nice entry above about $7. Cashed out his initial position, so it's all profit for him. I know I got in like right under $10, enjoying this ride with ApeCoin for sure. But some nice metaverse rumors coming out with ApeCoin today over the last 24 hours. So that's the good big reason of why we're going to talk more about that when we get into the NFT news for sure. Let's also make sure we take something that we want that something I make sure that we do know is the categories that are currently popping in crypto. We want to make sure we know about the categories as well, not just the coins, certain coins. I want to make sure you guys are aware of categories within, not only just for the same reasons that we preach watch lists and sectors, knowing sectors within the stock market. It's pretty much the same concept. But you can easily, if you know something that's going popping in like the Solana ecosystem, you could just check on that. If Solana is currently moving impressively on the price action wise, you could check in the Solana ecosystem and find something that's a lot cheaper and within it, and even make even more of a gain. So it's just something to good to know. Good to know. You know, you want to know, have your favorite setups in each sector. In this case, ecosystem as well. So liquid staking tokens has been the biggest gain in the last 24 hours. Wow, that's 64%. Not too familiar with that ecosystem, but definitely gonna do a little research now that this price action keeps up. Rebase tokens up 7.7% over the last 24 hours. You see how crazy that liquid staking tokens is moving compared to everything else. So definitely will be monitoring them and their ecosystem going forward. Over the last 7 days, up 78%. Do a little research on them tonight. All right, guys, let's get to these charts because we know men lie, women lie, but these charts don't. That's for sure. All right, guys. So we see currently it was down on the week with overall crypto market cap failed right below 2 trillion, and now we're currently right, according to the chart, right below 2 trillion at 1.9 trillion. CoinGecko said, like I just highlighted in the beginning of this call, CoinGecko said that we're back above 2 trillion, but I would trust these charts a little bit more. They're more accurate, more real time for sure. You see they're moving as we're speaking. The over the month chart, it was a failed two up, went two up on the month, but it came back two down. As we see here, it's yeah, it's a little bit consolidating. It's still, that two up is still what we want to see, and it can what is 10 days left to this month of April, a little bit over 10 days, so it can definitely still go back green on the month, which is what we want to see. Gray is red. If you haven't noticed how my stock with my chart colors are. And yeah, still, we'll see how the end of this month fares out. Still an inside quarter. Still very bullish on that last hammer on the last quarter that we got. So above 2.28 trillion is really when we'll go two up on that quarter, and that's what we want to see. Again, if you don't know by now, we only focus on price actions. The main thing here that we care about and when it comes to cryptocurrency, but it's something that it's on Bitcoin's chart. So I wait till we get the Bitcoin's chart. It is a level of support that I want to highlight once we get there that I've noticed on the daily chart and it's been respecting. So this is the total minus the big boys, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is more so the altcoin charts, very similar to what the overall crypto market market cap charts are looking like. Inside quarter, hammer before, failed two up on the month as well. So some consolidating, went two down on the month on the week, but it's went three. It's formed a three on the week compared to last on the overall crypto market cap. It was just a two, so it failed two down. So we want to see some higher highs basically. This last 2 weeks have been, struggling a bit, two down after a nice bull run on the weekly charts. Nice reversal on the 2-2 reversal. That was back in early March. So we want to just see some continuation to the upside is mainly what we want to look for here. Bitcoin, this is the same. It's going to look pretty much identical to the overall crypto market cap chart. Market cap chart is what I'm noticing for sure after monitoring both of these charts for so long. Inside month, failed two down on the week. And let me show you that level of support that I noticed on the daily chart. Zoom out a bit. Notice how price action has been bouncing every time it gets to this level of support. Yep, some higher highs. I'm sure we can make a broad formation to help support this theory as well. We care about broad information more so, but these channels, they hold true though. So you just want to notice price action, noticing the patterns, notice the what price is respecting currently, and that's just something for us to keep an eye out on, something to leave on your chart for sure. There, that level of support. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. Ethereum, same here. Inside quarter after a nice hammer, failed two up on the month, failed two down on the week, showing some strength on the weekly chart. Let's see how this week's finishes, and let's keep it moving. Yeah, nothing worth really highlighting here. All the big boys looking the same right now. So let's keep it moving. Let's get to some news, guys. All right, let's check on NFTs, how they're doing. The overall marketplace is doing right now. The volume of this month is reached so far up to 2.2 billion on OpenSea, and we all know this is a leading NFT marketplace. Again, OpenSea is a good metric to just the overall health of the current NFT marketplace. The last few days has been. We do have some bullish news to share, though, for sure. It's always bullish news in NFT marketplace, but the last few daily volume has been, pretty impressive since the 16th of this month, a few days ago. Been hitting over 150 in daily volume, 150 million in daily volume, which is pretty bullish, pretty good, and pretty nice. I monthly wise, it's looking like we're making lower lows for sure. Still continuing lower lows as far as overall volume. Let's see if we can make a higher high on this. If we can get above 2.268 before the month's over. And we're right there. We're right there. 2.4 on back in, what month is this? This is March. No, I'm sorry. Yep, this is March. And April, so far, April, we're at 2.2. So we should make a higher high over overall value, and we should be able to before the end of this month. So, but it's something I do want us to discuss on tonight's show. Definitely looking forward to getting the Boss Gang's opinion. And but this was something. This was a tweet that happened about a little bit over 2 weeks ago, and after our last call, though. Last year, someone paid 2.9 million for an NFT of Jack Dorsey's first tweet. An auction for that same NFT closed today at its highest bid was $277. So this was gut wrenching, man. Like I can imagine being somebody who bought this during the hype of all the NFT market. We were reaching close to the hype was definitely reaching all time highs around that time for NFTs, and just knowing this was going to be a great investment one day, and dropping 2.9 million. I'm sure, and we all know he didn't have to pay that much, but he just was some billionaire, had to be feeling himself. And now the highest bid that you're getting is $277. That has to hurt. I think it's actually a big eye opener for sure. This spread like wildfire throughout the NFT community, and just a big eye opener that all of these are not investments. These are we gotta look at them like Pokemon cards. If you want to be honest with yourself, it's literally less than 2% of the Pokemon cards that are considered investments. I believe I read before. And so when we're honest with ourselves, I would say definitely less than most of these. 95% of these NFTs are going to end up being looked at as scams, just because people don't make their investments back, and also because the starters can easily just jump ship with no repercussions. Like in a lot of times, if you don't have that solid community, and if they're just barking at you daily, and you're trying hard to increase the value and the worth of your assets, because sometimes these guys actually do try to put some real effort behind their NFT projects, but the market doesn't respond. It doesn't add value to it, even though it's all aspects says that it should. You kind of can't even get mad at a NFT team create a development team just for just saying, okay, this project is kind of dead in the water. Let's just move on to something else. And the next one, and at that point, it's going to bite us holders in the ass for sure, no question. So I'm not wishing that on any of the projects that I'm holding. I'm definitely, monitoring the efforts being put forth within them. But at the same time, I'm wise enough to cut a bunch of losses that I seen as just surefire investments and that haven't showed me anything since I got into them. I'm definitely, wise enough to just do that because I know the numbers are against us right now. And NFT market is super, super saturated. But again, the ones that I'm believing in, we got bullish news. Like we still got Coinbase dropping there in marketplace very soon. It's still NFTs, the power of NFTs still haven't been tapped into at all, if you ask me. So I'm still bullish overall on the concept of NFTs, but just be wise enough not to just think that you're gonna make money just for jumping in any NFT, man. Boss Gang, what you think about this tweet, bro? This is gut wrenching, man. What, what you think about that tweet, man?
Okay, so here's the thing: these people losing most of this money, they actually have the money. So I don't really look too much into it. Becomes no more than a tax write-off for somebody who clearly has the money to do that type of thing. Um, but with any investment, I tell people you got to really. The goal is to buy low, sell high. And so if you got into one of these projects that are based on a lot of hype, then it's like investing in an extra hyped up stock with a lot of premium that has a limited upside unless everything goes perfect. But if you get into good projects early, a lot of the projects I'd be looking at would be the really inexpensive ones, even a lot of these free projects. So if we look at the projects that are the biggest projects, like say a CryptoPunks, these things start out cheap, inexpensive, and they're built off of a community. So yeah, just like anything, they may come down off the all-time highs, but if you're in early, um, then you're doing really well. So these things didn't take off overnight. These things happen over the periods of years. I guess it just really comes down to being a patient investor with anything. People look at charts in 6 months, and and they might not like how the price action is going, but when they're always comparing to something that's been around a lot longer, but they don't want to wait that same amount of time for their projects to take off. So if you get in on the hype, then you get whatever comes with it. But if you get in projects that you actually believe in and you're getting in at the start, then I feel pretty good about them. So just like any other business in any other industry, the cream is going to rise to the top. So there are people who are putting in a lot of effort. These are major investors, the same people who own a lot of these same stocks and different things like that. So the cream is going to rise to the top at the end of the day, just like everything else. That's what I think. And the people who are spending that money, they have the money to spend. I don't think it's hurting them too much.
Nah, amen. Yep, good point there. Great point there. And just like Mr. Bilo sells high says, man, that he does the same concept in NFTs. Just break down what he said, and shouts out to him. Definitely one of my favorite NFT projects that I actually hold today was thankful to Balls Gang VIP. It was called Ninja Nouns. We got in about less than about $1, and man, those things are selling for about $47-$50 each minimum, and that's just show you the power of of getting into the right project at the right time. And so don't think that you got to necessarily buy something that costs $2,000, $3,000, and hopefully that takes you to $100,000 plus. Those are those bored ape dreams. And that definitely are not more likely to happen than the examples that I just highlighted with Ninja Nouns, and with exactly what Boss Gang is preaching about. So look at don't be afraid to look at those quality projects that are pretty fairly cheap right now, for sure. You can't when you throw $10 into a project, it turns into $1,000 eventually in a year or so. That's still a big W. So make sure you're paying attention to those cheaper projects as well. I know a lot of people write those off. All right, let's keep the news going, the NFT news going. We got a dinosaur here. A little bit over a week ago, this news dropped. I want, definitely got a dinosaur here that's trying to preserve his life here at Mastercard. The price action on the stock and the ticker has been taking a hit for a while now. I think it was Trumoff, one of the favorites. Investors said his biggest investment plan, profit plan, was to short them and Visa. Legacy investors is what he called them and referred to them at the top of this year, was his biggest investment and his biggest plan, and it's been working out for him for sure so far, no question, with Visa and MasterCard. But we see them trying to show some signs of life, and by just trying to remain innovative. They filed 15 metaverse and NFT related trademarks. They have the money and the resources already. They have that, so if they're adaptable enough, they should definitely continue to be able to remain relevant, even with with times changing. But I'll read a little bit about the type of trademarks that they filed. All right, guys. Payment giant Mastercard has filed 15 NFT and metaverse trademark applications with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The highlights of the filings include plans for virtual community for interacting with digital assets, the processing of payment cards in the metaverse, and online marketplace for buyers, sellers, downloadable digital goods, and virtual reality events, and more. So that's where we are. That's where everybody's focusing on right now, which is the metaverse. It's not what it's going to be yet at all. We're not quite there. So a lot of people trying to get in there early, and they're still early to the party. So, hey, I don't have any beef with MasterCard. I wouldn't be here, the long as they keep, being like water and adapting with the times, and not being out and being okay with not so being the middleman, how they've been. Like, all of these big guys got to be okay with being a little bit less than the middleman, because it's getting direct to the creators, direct to the consumers. We all know about, we went over Thread 3.0 before, and companies like them, they always want a piece of the pie for nothing. So we're, the people, middle class, the lower class, we're all tired of that. That's been eating away at our wealth for the longest. So it's just times for change. And hey, like I said, they could adapt with us and make money with us, as opposed to sucking our money from us, because we already got a government, if you haven't noticed. But a bunch of these other companies, and they do it for taxes and death is, what's the quote go? Taxes and death is the two things you won't avoid in life, something like that along the lines. And so, Uncle Sam get us while we make it, while we spend it, in all type of ways. He got us bent over, man. So we don't need these other companies doing the same thing, charging us to send money to our friend across the world. Like, so they seem to be adapting, and they seem to be getting with it, or because they know they're gonna get lost otherwise. So we'll see if their the stock price action starts to reflect, what they're trying to do. But as of lately, still hasn't. Let's keep it going. This is exciting. Some super bullish NFT news. That's for sure. This is for sure. Coinbase is creating a film trilogy featuring Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT characters. It's pretty dope. The digital currency trading platforms Coinbase is producing a 3-part film series with the popular non-fungible token project Bored Ape Yacht Club. The films will be crafted by Coinbase Entertainment and feature select Bored Ape Yacht Club's NFT characters that will be crowdsourced from the Bored Ape NFT community. So y'all know right now, they're definitely, people are submitting, holders are submitting their character to be a part of the film. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty exciting. Imagine just owning, being a part of the project, and just, submitting your character to be in the film, and he ends up being a very popular character. That's definitely going to increase your value of that character a lot. Something that might be worth only a couple 100,000 now, after this film, I can imagine going up to $1 million plus. That's how crazy the returns on these Bored Apes have been, for sure. So that's very likely. Yep, a 3-part film too. So read this tweet from the Bored Ape Yacht Club. We're stoked that Coinbase is making a film series featuring Bored Ape Yacht Club community. Bored Ape NFT holders submit your ape for casting. Details below. Mutants, don't worry. This is the first film in a trilogy, and you'll be getting your own casting call for part two. So that's pretty dope. So not only I don't know, a lot of the Bored Ape holders, they hold a bunch of mutant um, as well. Because typically they had to mutate their regular original Bored Ape to get to a mutant. So that's pretty fun. This quote is worth highlighting as well. Definitely something we're creating: an interactive three-part film featuring the Bored Ape Club, the Ape Coin communities. Come build with us. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's just showing the possibilities with NFTs even more. Also showing Bored Ape continuing to be a trailblazer, and we all know that they definitely passed CryptoPunks, especially after purchasing them. So yeah, it's Bored Apes is continuing to be the leader and showing everybody else how it's done. I've been hearing some comments for some respected investors about how Bored Ape is. We've been getting tricked as a community to invest in apes and dogs and stuff like that over the last year or plus, and it's not definitely not a trick, especially if you're in this web, and especially if you're in Bored Apes. I'm sure nobody who's been involved in this project has any regrets at all. Super innovative. Um, it's just about knowing when to buy, guys, knowing what's the value. Just do your research, knowing when to buy. We ain't like here in Apple Pack, we believe that you're smart enough and wise enough to make that decision. And just a lot of these guys like to sound smarter than they really are, and make you feel dumb for you know taking it for hopping in Dogecoin. And like I said, like Dogecoin was mentioned as well by some of these investors, these known investors. But it's like, me personally, I know somebody who turned $500 into about $30,000 during that Dogecoin pump, and before Elon killed it at Saturday Night Live. And he was smart enough to take most of his cash and leave a few runners after listening to some advice from me. So even after it went down, he's still up. He got in under 5 cent. Dogecoin never really even got back that low. So how can you call somebody, not a responsible investor if they're up and they seen that made some life changing money, and saw the power of cryptocurrency, and was smart enough, to take profits, because a lot of times they talk about these topics like people aren't smart enough to win from these investments. And yeah, you guys are, trust me, here in Alpha Pack and with our YouTube family, we know that you are smart enough to figure out how to win from these investments as well. So don't let other people, other known investors, discourage you from something that you see running 20x. You see something with potential to turn $100 into $10,000. Don't be afraid to take that risk. It's all about entries. Don't be afraid to look at those charts. We know that you're smart enough to make those decisions. If you're not, join Alpha Pack, and we'll make sure that you feel empowered to do so. No question, guys. So this is something I wanted to highlight and speak on a little bit before we continue, because I'm just tired of hearing that type of talk. We don't appreciate it at all when it comes to just the common retail investor. They talk to you guys like they have to protect you, and no, you're smarter than most of these people on TV. Trust me, guys. All right, let's keep the news going. Uh, got some more bullish NFT news. Most of the news tonight will be coming from NFTs. The most exciting news for sure. I got a few projects on cryptocurrency after this that I will be getting into, but this is the last news. Coinbase announces beta for NFT marketplace with social engagement. So more than 8.4 million people have got onto the wait list for Coinbase NFT, and they announced today actually that they would start allowing some beta signups on their site. So they're going to start, basically they're going to, just to break it down, with their marketplace. The many of the people who signed up early, they're going to start receiving emails today to be able to register basic platform. And yeah, it's exciting. You know, you're just kind of going. They're going more so for a social media feel, so you people be able to comment, like on other people's NFTs. You also, I believe, you'll be able to also be able to, as a content creator, you'll be able to get paid off some of the content that you create on their NFT marketplace and be able to sell it as an NFT. So that's cool. And yeah, it's just starting today. I haven't got an email yet. I know I'm on a waiting list as well. I haven't got any email to sign up for the beta, but once I do, I'm definitely gonna discuss it with my pack fam. See, let them know what I think about it. And they just started this today. You know, they've been doing their research with their platform before they launch. Plenty of research. They definitely want to make sure that it's different and it's a step above the biggest competitor, which is OpenSea. We'll see. You know, and at Coinbase, they have plenty of time to do, because we all expected this in the last quarter of last year, but you know they decided to take a little bit more time. We just wrapped up the first quarter of this year, so there's actually, like I said, they're starting to let people sign up for it during the beta phase. So I expect a full rollout within the next couple coming weeks for sure. We're at this. They just want to get a few little bugs out at this pay at this stage if they're letting people sign up. Some of their pre-registries. All right, guys. That's the last of the NFT news. Unless Boss Gang want to comment on anything with the NFTs, we're gonna keep it moving on to our cryptocurrency news. All right, guys. There's some news that I do not want to that I gotta let you guys know, but I regretfully inform you of. El Salvador's bid for Bitcoin bonds is sinking. The IMF deal practically dead. Former central bank president. So it's not looking too good so far with their plans with Bitcoin out there in El Salvador. Um, Let me read briefly. This article is fairly quick, only a 2-3 minute read, but I'm going to read just some things that I feel like is worth highlighting. El Salvador's efforts to harness Bitcoin to boost the economy are falling short of what Bitcoin maximalists are hoping for. Finding common ground with the International Monetary Fund, which has asked El Salvador to reverse the Bitcoin law, is standing strong on that, which I like to see, but in which it could withhold financial assistance. They're basically, the IMF, used to hit them up when they were short, and now they're holding out because they made Bitcoin a reserve, and they're not liking it. They're not liking it. Many critics would doubt it, and counted among them are the nation's former Central Reserve Bank president. Speaking on Monday with El Salvador.com, Carlos Exevedo, who served, excuse me, I'm not even going to keep trying to butcher these brothers' names. Excuse me, guys. That stubbornly chasing Bitcoin-based solution has cost the country dearly, killing relations with the IMF and making such a bond issuance virtually impossible. They got to have money to back those bonds, so it's not looking good, especially with Bitcoin's latest price action. I'm sure if Bitcoin was closer to all-time highs, because they got in, they were buying a dip. They've been buying a dip, but the dip is still consolidating by the dip. So I'm sure if we were back above 50,000, above 60,000, they'd probably be able to finance these bonds themselves off of their investments. But this is just this not looking too good right them. The IMF, if something I wanted to read to you guys, the IMF hasn't exactly been crypto friendly. In report from April, he concluded that decentralized tools like Bitcoin and DeFi could destabilize markets, especially if the adoption of crypto products and services expands. So they don't, basically, some people who print out money who don't want to see change out there for them, and which I understand too. If I had access to a printer and was able to keep milking this system that we've been, I was on that end of the table, which is the few out of the many. I probably wouldn't be so susceptible to change either. But coming from where majority is coming from, our money system, our money systems across the world are broken, and we have to figure something out. So still respect to Bitcoin, to El Salvador's president for trying to be innovative and create something that's never been created before with bonds. I hope they can hold out a little longer without having to beg for assistance from people like the IMF. And see, so I'm hoping price action get it together for them so they can actually fund their own ideas and these bonds. I'm still rooting for El Salvador for sure, for sure. Um, Continuing on with the last, the news story before last is basically a big reason to why ApeCoin has been pumping lately is some rumors about land going on sale soon within the new Bored Ape Yacht Club metaverse. And of course, we know that you're going to need ApeCoin to purchase that. So the latest price pump is almost anything goes. Crypto market shows just how quick and easy it can be touched off the fresh flurry of speculation. So just speculation can do that for sure within the crypto markets. All it took on Wednesday were a pair of tweets from the pseudo-anonymous crypto Twitter addy handles I'm sorry, Reneg Master. I actually got to follow him if he's that influential inside of the cryptocurrency. And Willie the Degen, got to follow both of these guys to ignite a surge in price action in ApeCoin, a token linked to Buzzy as it gets NFT project Bored Ape Yacht Club. The speculation is that Yuga Labs, the developer team behind Bored Ape Yacht Club, is pushing its other side metaverse toward a public land sale that the sale might be priced in ApeCoin. None of the rumors have been confirmed. The crypto speculation had often flames out speculatory along the previously pumped token prices. Yuga Labs didn't immediately respond to the request for a comment. Um, this was tweets that they made Wednesday, and I highlighted earlier, ApeCoin has been up over 20% the last 7 days. So today is Wednesday. This article came out today, 420, and yeah. So these guys, you can't give them all the credit for the latest pump. They just saw that ApeCoin has been pumping, and they came up with a theory of to why maybe, and they have some nice, following on Twitter, so they added their 2 cents, and it probably added to the pump. So like I said, I'm going to follow the guys. It's good to follow certain people for sure inside the crypto space just to make sure you get ahead, especially on Twitter. At the press time, ApeCoin was around $16. It's up 24% in the last 24 hours and 68% over the last 30 days, according to the data site CoinGecko. Hey, where we just left. The market cap rate has shot to a very vibe level of 4.6 billion this week. I think that's an all-time high for the market cap, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the tweets that they made today. We just sent some huge alpha read Yuga Labs land drops. The sale will be a Dutch auction of some sort, starting at 608. That's cool. That's cool. Definitely want to get your ape up. At $16 right now, 600. That's kind of a little pricey tag. We'll see. Nothing confirmed from the big dogs from Yuga Labs though. So just this is definitely some metaverse. If you could get some land here, it's definitely an investment that I would recommend. Definitely should see a return on anything that Bored Ape touches for sure. All right, guys, that's the last of no. This I'm sorry. This is the last news that I definitely want to make sure I bring to your attention. This is very bullish news. Very, very bullish news. Australia's first launch is dropped 10 hours ago. First Bitcoin ETF could attract 1 billion after launch next week. So this is coming next week. This has already been approved. We got a little fake, not Bitcoin. We got a futures Bitcoin ETF here in America, but nothing like this yet. Canada has already, a few countries already have Bitcoin back ETFs. But this is the type of ETFs that we want to see when they actually have to buy Bitcoin to back their investments, and this is very bullish. People on their stock trading apps will be able to just go buy an ETF that gives them exposure to Bitcoin without the validity. So this is very bullish. This is great. I'm loving this. Australia's has back theirs. They also did the Ethereum one. Um, this I've read that in a different article, but let's read a few highlights from this one. But this is going to bring a lot of money into cryptocurrency starting next week. So this might be what we need to turn around the price action on cryptocurrency. Like I said, the last 2 weeks has been two downs, and then this one was a failed two down. We're seeing some nice bounce, so it can go three up on the week, which is TA traders call bullish engulfing, which is very bullish going into the next week. So we'll be watching price action for Bitcoin. And this is just it's a bunch of boring talk here, but just know basically it's just going to bring a lot of money. And please understand what actual Bitcoin ETF backed ETF will do for the price action compared to the one that they let us approve so far in America, which is the futures. It doesn't have to, they don't have to purchase Bitcoin necessarily to, offer the ETF that we have here. So it's a big difference, guys. So this is big bullish news. A lot of money coming into crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum in specific. Because like I said, Australia also approved the Ethereum backed ETF as well. So this was definitely the highlight of the news that I noticed today, and maybe all week for sure. This is going to be some you're going to see. Pay attention to where we at now with the current market cap and where we're going to be at by the end of next week, because most of that money will be coming from the down under, the down under. That's for sure. That's for sure. Boss gang, anything you want to? We're gonna let the good people, Well, actually, we're not live. I'm sorry about that. I'm used to us doing these live. But yeah, we're gonna let the people go. I think that was a long enough episode for sure. It's
Right.
any final statements that you would like to hit the people with, Boss Gang, before we get out of here?
Man, I just want to say thank you to you for all the work that you putting in. I know the people really, really appreciate all the time and effort. We're here for education. The number one rule in investing: never risk what you're not willing to lose. But as Legacy said, you guys are smart enough. We're all adults to make the right decision. So don't let anybody hold you back. So as always, just make sure to like and subscribe at Alpha Pack. We're all about education. Legacy, before we get out of here, man, why don't you go ahead and hit them with the line?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our motto, baby, what we live by: we are powerful alone, but we're stronger together here in Alpha Pack. That's how we do it.
Sure, for real. So if you're looking for a community, if you feel like you're out here alone, if you feel like you need some guidance, mentorship, or somebody, just to kind of walk with you along the way, that's what we're here for. So again, make sure to like and subscribe. Until next week, on behalf of Alpha Pack, and the whole Alpha Pack community, Alpha Pack leaders, we will catch up with you next week. Right. Peace.
Peace.